They are considered righteous Gentiles, and the Talmud speaks very highly about those Gentiles, very highly.
So you're saying that for the Goyim to go to heaven, they need to follow the Noahide laws and they can't be racist. But you're also saying that the Holy Land is promised to the nation, even though the nation of Israel is predominantly secular, liberal Jews. So
you have to remember that there are 2 million righteous Jews living in Israel, very religious people. And by the way, they are being attacked by Arabs and Muslims that murders them on a weekly basis. Killing them in
Israel just betrayed the ceasefire and is bombing Gaza right now. They've killed far more civilians than anybody on the other side has. You're saying don't be racist, but why would God prefer a nation that's not following the laws?
Okay, so let me explain to you something. You seems to me there is some honesty in you. How much I don't know, because I don't know you that much, but I believe that you're searching for the truth. Let's start from day one. There's no such thing Palestinians. Enough with this scam. There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as the United States in the Bible. There's no mention of Spain. There's no mention of other nations.
I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm not talking about the Bible. In 1964, Yasser Arafat formed the PLO, Palestinian Liberation, and the word Palestine comes from the Romans. 2,000 years ago, the Romans came to Israel. They destroyed the Second Temple. And to insult the Jews, they named Israel Palestine. After the Philistines. Philistines have nothing to do with Arabs. There was no Islam. The Arabs are not Philistines. Philistines were a nation that Samson the prophet were fighting, and they lived in Gaza. So the Romans called Israel Palestine, and the British, when they occupied Israel after the Ottoman Empire, they also named Israel Palestina. And the Arabs that lived in Gaza and Judea and all these places were under Egyptian control and Jordanian control. There was no state of Palestinians. They never had a representative in the United Nations. They never had an army. They never had a president. They don't have one history book. It's a bunch of Arabs, Iraqis.
They had a Palestinian passport.
But I'm also Palestinian. My grandfather lived in Palestine, and in his passport it said Palestinian. Okay. It's named after the Romans calling Israel Palestine.
They declared it a state.
Nothing to do with Arabs. Yasser Arafat was from Kuwait. He is not Palestinian. There's no such thing Palestinian. Enough with the scam. People have such ignorance, and they messed up the entire history. There is no such thing Palestinians. There are regular Arabs from Jordan.
Yasser Arafat is from Egypt.
And in Egypt, and from Iraq, and from Kuwait, and from many Arab countries who lived over there under Egyptian controls, who used to torture them daily. After the 6-day war, Israel occupied Gaza and gave them freedom. And even a few years ago, we gave them back the entire Gaza and Gush Katif. We destroyed synagogue. We moved tens of thousands of Jews out of their home. We gave it to the Arabs over there, hoping to make peace with them. And right after that, they started to shoot missiles in our civilians and killing people daily. Would you like your kids to have missiles falling on their head in the middle of the night every hour and sirens everywhere? Believe me.
Absolutely not. But Israel's saying now, they say kill them first. This is Netanyahu's new doctrine for Israel. Ben-Gvir, the Minister of National Security, just said 1 Israeli tear is equivalent to 1,000 Lebanese tears.
You're noticing how Sneeko doesn't address anything the rabbi is saying? Nothing. He just goes to his usual talking points, to talk about Ben-Gvir, to talk about Bibi, not responding to one point of Rabbi Yosef Mizrachi. Great. Typical for Sneeko.
30% of the civilians that have been killed since October 7th, it's been children.
But you're forgetting the right order. If the so-called Palestinians or the Arabs, first of all, 99.8% in the Middle East belongs to Arabs. There is 0.2% belongs to the Jews. What is this greed? You have 99.8% of the Middle East, it's all owned by Arabs. There is a tiny Israel, smaller than New Jersey, place for the Jews. There are about 8 million Jews living there, or 9 million Jews. They need a place after the Holocaust to live.
Well, they don't just want that. They have the new minister saying that they want to expand it to the West Bank. They want to bring millions of Jews there.
No,
why else would you go into Lebanon? Do you want to continue going?
It's only for security reasons, because you saw what happened in October 7. The lefty liberal Jews of those kibbutz were helping the Arabs, bringing them into doctors, helping them, giving them jobs. And the first one they slaughter is those liberal lefty Jews who love them so much.
Right.
You see, they didn't attack the righties.
Funded by Netanyahu. Funded by Netanyahu, gave them $35 million to Hamas through Qatar. He was the one funding what you call a terrorist proxy. And there's one more claim you made. If you're saying that
Netanyahu never funded Gaza. He facilitated funds from Qatar for humanitarian purposes. Hamas then took those funds and used them to build tunnels, to buy weapons.
Palestine is not a state because the Romans were trying to humiliate the Jews. The same logic can be applied in 1948, or if you look at the agreement between the Rothschilds and the United Kingdom. This land was declared a state by the British. So why is that logic not applied for the current state of Israel if you're not going to use this logic for the Roman Empire calling it the state of Palestine?
Remember, this land can be only called Israel. Any other name you'll call it, Palestina, Palestine, it's all nonsense. This is the land of God, and it's written in the Torah. This is the land that the eyes of your God is on it 24/7, all year around. The eyes of your God is on that land, and that land was given to the Jewish people. Now, the Arabs, which try to call themselves now Palestinians, they are from different countries. Every one of them can go back to where they came from. They have Egypt.
Aren't you Moroccan? Your name is Mizrachi. This is Moroccan. Netanyahu is Polish descent. All these people come from Russia, Hungary. What's the difference?
Okay, again, we return to our homeland. This King David were there already 3,000 years ago, and King Solomon and all the prophets, many of them lived over there. This is our father's land.
The Holy Land promises to righteous people, as you agree.
If you kick me out of my house, if you kick me out of my house and you live there for 3-4 months, and then I come back and push you out by force, now you want it back?
Promise to righteous people.
All along.
Right, you said the land of God, the Holy Land, but you're also saying that it's filled with secular liberal Jews who are not following anything righteous at all. So why would it be promised to
better? You said they don't know any better. A lot of them are brainwashed.
But Sniko, I explained to you, a lot of those Jews have no idea what religion is. They never heard about religion.
So it's a religious ethno-state that's not based on religion?
No, let me explain to you something. You know, a lot of these Jews came from Russia and Poland, which communism were dominant. Communism is anti-religion. They hate Islam, they hate Christianity, they hate Judaism, they hate God, they hate religion. Communism means anti-God. They came from those countries after the Holocaust into Israel, 1917, and started to settle all the lands. There was all swamps there. For 2,000 years, nobody could grow anything there. Since the destruction of the Second Temple, there is a verse in the Torah, no one of the nations will be able to revive the land of Israel. Only when the children of God will return to the land, they will revive the land. And that's exactly what happened. In 1900, Mark Twain, the famous author, was in Israel, and he wrote in his diary, I went all the way from the south to the north of Israel. I could not find one tree. Not one tree, even olive trees that grows on rocks and don't need any special condition, I could not find. We see the anger of God on the land. And when the Jews returned to the land, everything shortly after became paradise. It's one of the nicest countries in the world. Once we gave a piece of Israel back to the Egyptian after the peace agreement, we gave them all Sinai. I can show you satellite pictures. Before the agreement, everything was green and beautiful. Once it went to the hands of the Egyptian, everything turned into desert. I can show you satellite pictures. The land of Israel can only cooperate with the children of God, the chosen people.
Great. Okay, great.
So it was not meant for anybody else. The Arabs have half of the world. The Americans, the Europeans, they have the entire world for themselves. The Israel have a tiny state. It's either that or they'll all be dead.
Well, obviously they want to continue expanding. Netanyahu says he wants to take over 100% of Gaza. It's now about 60%. They want to go to 70%.
But ask yourself why. Come on, be honest. Why? Israel ever wanted? Israel gave them Gaza in the agreement, and right away they started to shoot missiles.
Okay.
And you saw
well, there's a ceasefire right now. You're seeing October 7th. You're seeing who's betraying the ceasefire right now. Yesterday, they continue to bomb Gaza Strip.
Well, Sniko, that's because they still have Hamas in Gaza that still keeps tormenting our soldiers. And by the way, killing their own civilians and executing them on their streets. If you're asking me, what would I rather have? People living in Gaza and the risk of getting missiles sent to Israel, or Israel controlling Gaza for security purposes? I choose option 2 every single day. The country of Israel needs to take care of their civilians Arabs and Jews before they need to take care of any other civilians, not of their country. I'm going to pause this.